What's up, everybody, and welcome back to After the Snap. I am your host, Tasha Pierce, and today we're going to discuss the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is James Gunn's entry into the DC universe. It's the follow-up, I guess, to David Ayers' Suicide Squad, and this one is the Suicide Squad. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about, in a spoiler-free way, what I liked about the James Gunn movie. So the fact that I didn't say that I liked and didn't like kind of gives you an idea of where my thoughts are on the movie. In this project, James Gunn had the opportunity to cross over to the WB after the controversy that started last year with the MCU, where some old tweets surfaced and Disney jumped the gun, kind of fired him over some tweets that were 10 years old. I think that was a bit heavy-handed of them. And I guess WB did too, because they brought him right on to helm any project he wanted. James Gunn had the keys to the kingdom, and he chose the Suicide Squad. And this movie is what happens when he is given free reign over a project. First and foremost, the music selection is on point. Always with a James Gunn movie, it seems that he has a wonderful soundtrack, a wonderful ear for what songs will engage the viewer in what is going on in his story. So we've seen it with Guardians of the Galaxy, volumes 1 and 2. He definitely knows how to choose the music that kind of fits with what he's doing on screen. And again, just like Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got a group of obscure characters, but James Gunn makes you care about these characters. He did it again with Guardians of the Galaxy. We get even more of that same thing here, because really, these are not your top tier supervillains. These are really your B supervillains. In fact, the only one that is probably has already earned their medal on the big screen is Harley Quinn. Everybody else in this is kind of new, and he makes us care about these characters. Because the music is great, and because he makes us care about these characters that are kind of obscure, and the way that might remind you of the Guardians of the Galaxy, this ain't the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's not a family movie. And that's one of the things that I did like about his work over at Marvel. However, it is quite known from the beginning, this is not a family movie. This is not a movie for children. There's a lot of gore, a lot of bloody violence, some adult situations. And I'm not a fan of gore at all. But the gore was there, and it didn't completely take me out of the movie. So that is a plus for the way that it was used in the movie. It was a lot, but it wasn't misused. You understand why he wanted to show the realistic ways things happen in this movie. Now, when I talked about Harley Quinn as her being like the A hero or the A anti-hero in this movie, her arc in this story was really up, then down, then up again. So there was parts of her story within the story that I liked, and there were other parts that I thought we could do without. But again, didn't take me out of the movie. And countering what Harley had going on in her arc, Idris Elba is still among the sexiest men alive. He played Bloodsport, and I'm telling you, maybe that is part of the reason why I love this movie. I got to see Idris a lot in this movie, and I missed him on the screen. And I don't want to spoil anything, so we're going to move on to Viola Davis, somebody else who was a holdover from the first Suicide Squad movie. But this time, she got an opportunity to really shine as Waller. And if we know as comic book fans that Amanda Waller was a force to be reckoned with. She was not a pushover. She was not a pussycat. And Viola was able to kind of show her chops at being that kind of character. And I truly enjoyed this time seeing a more comic accurate portrayal of that character. If I talk about anything else, I'm going to damn near spoil the movie. It was off the rails. Anything goes. And just like James Gunn says in the promo leading up to the movie, don't get attached. Anybody is expendable. Anybody is expendable. And it was fun. Weird shit happened. Crazy stuff. But again, this is from the imagination of James Gunn. And when you let him loose on a project, you are going to have strange fun. So, in closing, I guess, I like this movie. I liked it a lot. I liked it as much as Shazam. And if you've been around for a while, you know I loved Shazam. I liked it more than Aquaman, which I was kind of not that big on Aquaman. And I liked it less than the Nolan trilogy. So as far as hierarchy in the DC comic universe, the Nolan movies are still on top to me. Then we're down in this tier where the Shazams and the Suicide Squads live. Now, and then there's the other movies. As far as was this something that I hope to see a sequel for? I don't need a sequel for this movie, but I do need standalone projects that kind of give us more insight, kind of like what we're getting with the Peacemaker series on HBO Max. I kind of want those kinds of projects to follow these characters to see what they're getting into next. So that is my thoughts. Those are my hopes for the Suicide Squad moving forward. James Gunn, chef's kiss. He did an excellent job. It was a beautifully shot movie. The soundtrack was beautiful, and the story was on point. A lot of gore, but on point. And yeah, so let me know what you thought. If you've seen the Suicide Squad movie, tell me what you thought in the comments below. If you've not seen it, it is on HBO Max and it's playing on the big screen as well. I suggest seeing the movie on the big screen if it's safe to do so in your area. In my area, not so much, but maybe in your area, you're doing better with the COVID situation and you will be able to see it on the big screen and see it safely. And if you haven't seen it, again, I don't know what you're waiting for. Check it out. You're going to either love it or hate it. There's probably no middle ground with this. And let me know, again, what you thought in the comments below. While you're in those comments, please hit the subscribe button. Turn the notifications on so that you will know when I am uploading a video. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.